Hello, James.
Hi, Lindsay. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Wonderful.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and today I have Lyndsay Levingston, Survivor founder and multimedia personality. Good morning, Lindsay. How are you?
Good morning to you, James. I am wonderful.
Well, that's great. Now, can you share your breast cancer journey and the motivation behind Surviveher?
Sure. So during the summer of July 2019, I was working in TV news in New York City, hustling and bustling. And then everything came to a screeching halt when I felt a lump in my right breast, scheduled a well woman exam, took immediate action. And during that exam, at the age of 37, I had my very first mammogram, 3D mammogram, breast ultrasound, and breast ultrasound and a biopsy. And that biopsy determined that I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer, stage 2B, which is a very aggressive subtype of breast cancer. So that meant that I had to seek treatment immediately, a treatment. Hopped on a one-way home to Houston and sat down with my breast surgeon, and she laid out a plan: 15 rounds of chemotherapy, lumpectomy to remove the mass from my breast, and radiation for 6 weeks. Well, James, midway through my chemotherapy journey, a cousin on my dad's side said, Lindsay, you need to get a genetic test because it runs in our family. Breast cancer runs in our family. I said, okay. So that's what I did. I took a genetic test through in-VEE-tay, and the results revealed that I carried the BRCA1 gene mutation, which puts women at higher risk for breast and ovarian cancer. So that completely changed my surgical plan from 15 rounds of chemotherapy, rang the bell, and then I had a double mastectomy to remove my breast and breast reconstruction to replace them with breast implants. And then, James, I had another procedure to remove my ovaries and fallopian tubes to reduce my risk of ovarian cancer. And I learned so much information during my journey that I wanted to help other women. So I created Surviveher, a nonprofit, to inform, inspire, and empower women and men too, because men can be affected by breast cancer, around breast cancer awareness and wellness beyond the month of October, because women and men are affected by this disease every day. In fact, 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed in her lifetime with breast cancer. So it's my God-given mission to educate about family history, genetic testing, about advocating for mammograms, scheduling your annual mammograms, conducting self-exams, so that we as women can have long, healthy lives.
Lindsay, what advice do you have for other Black women about taking control of their health?
Be mindful of your diet, eat low cholesterol foods, exercise, prioritize annual exams, conduct self-exams. And this message is applicable not for Black women, but for all women. We have to own our health and wellness, because if we're not healthy, we cannot take care of our families and our friends and our loved ones. So we have to own our health. Health is wealth. And there's power in knowing about your family history. I'm the 14th Levingston to have been diagnosed with breast cancer. And so had I not known my family history, had I not taken that genetic test through Invitae, my lifespan could be shorter, it could be different. So I'm just here to advocate, to speak out about it. Breast cancer these days, treatment these days doesn't look like your grandmother's or your grandmother's mother's breast cancer. There are advances in science, there are new treatments and technologies and medical tests that will inform and help us to take preventative measures if necessary.
Now, where can our viewers go for more information?
You can visit Invitae, invitae.com, take a short quiz, and that quiz will let you know which genetic test is right for you. And to follow me in my journey, you can log on to imasurviveher.com.
Definitely. Lyndsay, one last question. With the new Black News channel, tell us what you're doing with that and how you feel about this all Black News channel.
So I am a segment producer for Start Your Day, which is the morning show on Black News Channel. And I absolutely love the work that I do because I get to focus on content that will help the Black community, producing content and telling stories that will help us. And, you know, while we are a Black News channel, we really are diverse and inclusive in that we tell stories mainly about people of color and beyond. But I love that we have targeted content that will help our community.
That sounds interesting. Lyndsay, it sounds like we're doing the same thing. I do the same thing here in St. Louis, Missouri. So
Okay.
I really understand what you're talking about, definitely. We've been talking with Lyndsay Levingston about because it is October is, of course, Breast Cancer Month.
That's why I'm wearing
Lyndsay, thanks
pink.
so much for joining us on Morning Blend. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, James, on Morning Blend.